we were talking about this before we got started, that you have the same number of hours that somebody did 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But the average amount of time that Americans spend on screens is 8 hours at the moment. The average time that they... 8 on screens, all screens. The average time they spend asleep is 6.5. So people are sleeping for 1.5 hours less than they spend their time on their phone. And
what are you getting out of it?
Well,
nothing
look,
tangible.
It's so
That's what's
hard.
crazy.
It's so hard. It's so addicting. It's designed to be addicting. I mean, you've had Tristan Harris on here. You know, the way, the variable schedule reward that tempts you, that keeps you there. You don't know what's going to happen. This is so interesting.
Yeah.
I had
What is up, everyone? My name is Carlos, aka C. Welcome to the C Talks channel. If you're new, stop what you're doing right now. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I want to thank everyone who has been watching my videos lately. All right, let's get into it. That was Chris Williamson and Joe Rogan, two of my favorite YouTubers, talking about how smartphones are ruining our lives. My last YouTube video was about brain rot. You can check that out on my channel. The average American spends 5 hours and 16 minutes per day on their cell phone. The average American spends 3 hours and 34 minutes every single day in front of their computer. If we add up cell phone screen time and computer screen time, we find that the average American is staring at a screen for over 8 hours a day. Chris talks about that in the clip I showed you guys at the beginning.
but the average amount of time that Americans spend on screens is 8 hours at the moment.
We're spending way too much time in front of cell phone screens. Chris has the same prediction that I have. Some of the most common regrets of the dying are, I wish I hadn't worked so hard because people work way too many hours. I wish I'd had lived a life true to myself and not the life that others wanted me to live. I think in the future, a new most common regret of the dying is going to be, I wish I hadn't spent so much time in front of my phone. Chris in that video also mentions an insane statistic. So the average American spends 8 hours a day in front of screens. Guess how many hours the average American sleeps? 6.5 hours. So we're spending 1.5 more hours in front of screens than we are sleeping. That's crazy. That's insane. Joe, in that clip, asks, what are we getting out of it? What are we getting out of all this screen time? It's not much. Maybe a funny meme here and there.
And what are you getting out of it?
Well,
Nothing
look,
tangible.
It's so
That's what's
hard.
crazy.
Maybe an interesting bit of information that you probably would have found out about had you not had a cell phone. I'm in New York City. When I leave my apartment and go outside, it's hard for me to find someone not on their phone. When did we become so attached to technology? I'm a millennial, old person here. I still remember when all of this was new. I was in my early 20s. I remember when you could leave the house and still chit-chat with strangers, have some small talk. Now, everyone is like this everywhere. It's crazy. So this is a topic that I find very interesting, our obsession with cell phones and smartphones. I came across a video where I saw, I think it was a researcher talking about how our brains, our human brain, is not wired to deal with all this digital stimuli. We're constantly bombarded with pop-ups, notifications, messages, a new post from a friend. It's nonstop. I personally sometimes just leave my phone in my pocket, unplug my headphones, and I just stare at people or just think, just sit there. There's no need to constantly be consuming content. I personally feel better when I don't have all this damn stimuli in front of me all day long. It leads to burnout. It honestly does. Too much smartphone use is a bad thing. Excessive smartphone use is associated with depression, anxiety, stress, poor sleep quality. Those sound like fun. Do you want to be stressed out, not sleep, and feel anxious? Just keep on using your smartphone all day. It'll happen soon enough. I've personally done smartphone and technology detoxes, and I feel better while I'm doing them. Like when I don't use my cell phone as much, when I don't use my computer as much, I find that I can think more clearly. I can reason better. I can focus on what's directly in front of me, the things that I have to do, instead of just being plugged in to everything that's happening around me. I find that I can focus for longer periods of time. My capacity for deep thinking improves. All good things. None of them are bad. To me, this is all still surreal. To leave my house and look around and see that almost everyone is glued to their cell phone, just vegetating. I do think people are waking up to the fact that smartphones are ruining our lives. And I think that people are taking measures such as monitoring their screen time, making sure they're not glued to their phone 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, because that's how much time the average American is spending in front of their cell phone and computer. 8 hours. I said this in my brain rot video. I think in the future, technology is going to come with warning labels. In the future, when you go buy a computer or a cell phone or any gadget, there's going to be a warning label on it warning you that, hey, if you spend too much time on this thing, you might get depressed. You might feel anxious. Your sleep schedule might get totally messed up, because the results are in, folks, and these are all things that are happening right now. We're spending too much time in front of screens. My name is Carlos, aka C. Appreciate you watching my video. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. I'll be back with more videos soon. Peace.